Hello, people. How are you? This is Rita Mukisa of Mother Africa Daughters, here where we turn stories into wisdom. You're welcome. Today is a unique day because I have a featured guest that is senior pastor of Masaka Pentecostal Church. That is Pastor Sam Mukabi Zema, the president of the Foundation for Effective Leadership, a family man, a marriage counselor, a teacher, and a man. So we are going to hear his opinion about this topic. Stay tuned until the end because it comes on at the end of the video. Enjoy. Okay, point one. Why are men disappearing? First of all, some of them were never fathers in the first place. They just woke up one day and they had a baby who was calling them father. So it was never their choice. It was just maybe a careless move, and then before they know it, the woman is pregnant and there they are, they are fathers. So if they grow up, they're like, I didn't plan for this. And so they run away. They're young boys running away from what they didn't prepare for. Yes, they have bodies with men, but they're still young boys. And when they grow, I don't know. But the fact is, they were never ready to be homes. The other issue why are men running away from home is that they're living in a home that they didn't plan. Being ready is another thing, but plan is another thing. They didn't plan to live with that woman. Probably it was just a one-night stand. And so whenever they come back home, that woman or that family reminds them of the poor choices they made when they were young. They just hate the fact that they failed themselves at one time in life. So they disconnect. They run away from that part of their life. Other men are running away from families because the women are making it hard for them to stay at home. It's a truth. The Bible says it's better for a person to live in the corner of the roof than stay with a person. Some women are just they're nice. I'm in a neighborhood whereby a woman rises up every morning quarreling till midnight. She's quarreling. Imagine staying in a house with such a woman. Some homes are unbearable. Man just has to go. So, woman, it's you. You're the issue. Some men didn't live because they wanted to live forever. They wanted to live maybe for 2 weeks. Just have some space, some alone time. But whenever they've been coming back, they have been rejected by that woman. The woman tells them, unless you come back whole and complete, don't come back in this house. So the 2 weeks become 2 months. The 2 months become 2 years. Now it's 20 years. Why? Because the woman set a standard. If you're not perfect, you have no place with us. Some fathers have wanted to come back, especially for their children. Thought of coming back to a home that rejects them. They don't come. Why are men leaving families today? Sometimes it's because of pressure at work. They look at family as another assignment because there's so much expectation at work. It's competition. It's the boss stressing him, and when they come back home, it's the same pressure, no peace. So he weighs the two things, home and work, and feels like, let me put my energy here. He chooses work. Yeah, because you don't give him peace, and you are another assignment, you're another project. So he looks at the two projects, work and you. It's like, let's go on with the work. He goes with work. Why are men leaving homes? Technology has made it easy for them to leave homes. A man can be in the house but not be in the house. How is that possible? He's there physically, but emotionally he's not there. Intellectually he's not there. Spiritually he's not there, but his body is there, and he's burying everything in the phone, TV, laptop, and tablet. He's there, but he's not. And that hurts. It hurts. It hurts because to the outside people, you're married, but you're alone. Why are men running away from homes? Economic pressure. Sometimes the burden to provide is too heavy. Of course, he's wired to fix problems, but sometimes it's too much. It's too much. It's like, oh my God. He runs away. Sometimes, like, okay, I'll fix it later. He postpones it. When I get stable financially, I'll come back. And he gives it 1 year, he gives it the second year, he gives the fourth year, and eventually it's like, it's aside and goes on with life. So the economic pressure sometimes is too high, it's too much. You're never going to get a perfect time, Father. And presence is better than provision. Be around, share the little you have with your children. They will understand when they've grown up. They will understand. But your absence, they may not really understand, but it's money that took you away. Because where there's love, nothing fails. Don't let money be an excuse. Get back home. Lastly, why are men running away from home? Because women are too strong and independent. A man comes back home and finds that everything is done. The bread is bought, the food is bought, the car you fueled, everything is done. And so he looks around and there's nothing for him to do. He feels like he's useless. You're handling everything. So what do you expect him to do? What do you expect a man to do if you make him feel unneeded, unnecessary? he will leave. I want you to get an opinion. One of the counselors that I deeply respect. He's a pastor and he's also a counselor of marriage. Pastor Sam Harvey. He has been with his wife for over 25 years. So I wanted you to hear his opinion about this topic.
Yes, so after working with families and having been married myself for 27 years now, going to 28, I've learned a number of things, and some of the issues that we are always asking ourselves: what makes a man feel like beating his family? Is the only opinion or option. So this is what normally happens. All of us want to be appreciated. All of us want to feel like our contribution makes sense. So if all the time there are more demands than appreciations, that will cause a man to think they are not appreciated, and so that will cause a man to think of moving on. And then, one of the things that all the time you talk to the men, they are always saying, women make it harder for us to stay. And what are some of the things they bring forward? It's like when the person who is supposed to be your supporter, your helper, is always arguing, always making that place, which is supposed to be a place of peace, to be a place of war, it just makes it hard. All men have this space where they want just to withdraw and just be quiet. Not because they have a problem, but just being able to withdraw and be quiet. So if home is not a place of peace, it's not a place of quiet, most men will have a challenge staying in that place. And where are women getting it wrong in trying to fix things? This is where normally it happens, that generally speaking, women are wired to be more territorial, more security conscious, and because they have that sixth sense, which is supposed to help them to be able to watch over the children, they normally project that onto their husbands also. And there's nothing as bad as a man feeling they're being controlled or somebody wants to control them. So generally, when you are dealing with your man as a lady, please appreciate them. If things have not gone well, don't tell them, I told you. You can say that, but not directly as an attack as soon as the things have not gone well. And of course, sometimes, generally speaking, all of us have come from dysfunctional families here and there, and sometimes I've noted that sometimes the ladies are trying to fix the problem that they saw in their fathers or their brothers, and by extension, if things are not working with the husband, they want now to make sure they fix their son so that he doesn't end up like the father. And of course, the father would feel like that's a new attack, and when he comments about that, that becomes a fight. Now, the other thing that men keep saying, that you chased me from my children, and this is entirely the problem, that generally speaking, men are looked at as providers. And because the person is a provider, they tend to be absent because they are looking for the provision. And so, when they are away, generally speaking, and this is where we have a problem, is that the ladies fill that gap. And because they're already frustrated with a man, they tend to project the frustration onto the children. You see, your father is not there for us. He's always going. He's working with the imam. He can't even keep for us a little time. And generally speaking, the way men are wired, we are wired in terms of compartments. If it's a work box, you work on work, and then family box, and then fun box. And so, if the lady doesn't understand, they will think that the man is not caring. In fact, that was a case where I took my son, our son broke the arm, took them to the hospital, asked the doctor said, now for children this is easy, it's going to clear, like it, just like that. We're just going to put that cast and soon it will be playing. And I was like, wow, great. So what should I stay in the hospital? I know my work is done. So I move on, and then mommy said, hey, Vanagi, you dropped us here and you have not checked on us. I said, no, the doctor says you guys are going to be fine. In the evening, they'll give you painkillers and you'll come back home. I'll come and pick you. And I didn't see the sense in hanging in there all the time. And of course, I'm glad we were able to talk, because she would have said, I don't care about her and I don't care about the children. So normally, and then of course the problem is the men. If you leave the man and you go alone, the children will be bonding more with you. And when the man says, you took away my children, it's because you filled the gap that you should have also brought him in. And it's really, really important that we do that. And normally I've realized that when the ladies have a problem, or the man has another woman, they tend to pull their children to themselves as a sense of security. And without realizing, those children, when they become teenagers and as they grow up, they will need a father figure. But if you withdrew them because the man has hurt you, you're going to be struggling with them. What would make a man safe so that they can return? Being appreciated for what he did well. Not always bringing up the things that caused the trouble. Understanding that this man is a work in progress, and there are even other people who have worse things than this one. So not, majoring on the things that are happening. That will help the man to come back, especially when he knows he's celebrated. And then, what can I tell a single mother who is tired of carrying everything alone? Well, in the first place, the man needs to know that you need them to be part of your life. Sometimes when we get hurt, we say things that are painful. We say things that don't need you. There are things we say, we pronounce, and that just makes the man say, you know what, I'm not needed here. And unfortunately, the people out there who are trying to get your husband will be nice. They will never complain about everything. They'll just be good until, of course, now he also commits there. So it's really important for us to, what they say, that cut him some slack. Let the man breathe. And then, even as you go to them to ask for this help, this support, don't go there demanding that they must do it. Because some of them actually were raised by their single mothers. So they think you are just bringing drama. You are bringing drama. You can look after the child. And then, of course, one of the biggest problems I'm having these days is that, like every time they are talking DNA, people are saying, I may even be struggling with these children when they are not even my children. So may you guys be able to focus and say, I am going to, since this guy, I may have made a mistake, but he's the father of my children. He needs to have a place in their lives. Talk to him, involve him, and say, hey, can you help me hold this baby? When the baby is still young, can you help me the baby? I just fix this. And of course, some men don't like to touch babies because the babies can cry, babies can susu, poo-poo. But it helps when you can now make him, celebrate him, call him, hey, my king, I know there's nothing you can't do. I know you are hard up, but I know hopefully you come through for us. Like being able to act like, yes, this person is important in your life. May God bless you. Keep it here, because right here you'll be learning more, and as we keep sharing together, you will never remain the same.